Greetings, everyone. We're back from PAX. A little bit later than I probably would have expected this video to be, but we were all dead tired after the convention, so
Yeah, basically.
here's our impressions video.
Literally, I came home, I made sure to get the most important things unpacked, and then I just sort of fell asleep for 3 hours.
About same here. I didn't completely unpack until the morning after I got back home.
I somehow managed to sleep on the plane.
Well, the flight wasn't. I'd imagine it wouldn't be that very long anyway, wouldn't it be?
It was about 2.5 hours, but it's one of those I rarely ever sleep in planes, so.
No, I'm a little too paranoid to sleep on a plane.
More like I have no freaking room on the plane.
Well, I think it depends on what type of jet that you take. I mean, was it your basic, 747 or?
It was one of those smaller ones.
They do that thing where you can lean back in the chair, right? But there's also stuff on the back of the chair that the person behind you is probably using. So.
Yeah, so you can lean back in the chair, but if you do that, you're a dick. So.
Yeah.
Hey, mind if I lay down? Thanks. My laptop.
Yeah.
I didn't take a plane this time. I actually went to Boston via train, which is I actually prefer, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to traveling abroad.
All right,
not abroad.
Sophie.
Yeah, take a
train across.
I will say that the train was more comfortable for me than the plane. It had nothing to do with not being in the air. It was the chairs. The chairs were just infinitely better. You know, I just said about the plane having stuff on the back of the chair and giving you the ability to lean back. The chairs on the train actually adjust the angle of the table for you when the person in front leans back.
Yeah. So it's only really a problem if you have a big ass gut. Your laptop suddenly bear hugging you.
I've never actually taken the train any farther than like a couple of miles, actually. So
it can be really relaxing. You can catch up on reading. You can play games. I was playing Resident Evil 4 on the way back from.
Oh, the Super HD re-release edition?
On the subject of that, though, the trains you take for just a couple miles are probably different trains than the ones that go cross-state and stuff. Like,
yeah, I've never gone more than like 20 miles, so that was like in state. That was when I was visiting my sister at her college, which is only in Worcester, so it's not all that far.
It's like, there are light rail trains, then there are mid-range trains that are kind of like buses and cost like $10 a ticket. Then there are the trains we took, which are, I guess you would call them the real trains, which is probably why they cost $60 there and $60 back.
The real trains of the United States. Now on VH1.
Still cheaper than flying.
Yeah.
If you get a good deal and if you order your tickets early enough, yeah, because those are the cheapest train tickets I ever bought, and I'm including all my trips to Pittsburgh.
Wait, it costs less for you to go to Boston than it did to go to Pittsburgh?
Strangely enough, yes.
Yeah, I bought my tickets a little later than John did, and my away ticket got a $30 price hike because of that. So
it's also just less of a hassle, but that's enough on getting 2 PAX. So, Boston.
Fuck Boston roads.
Yeah. You see, I don't normally drive in Boston because it's a pain in the ass.
It shows, Ted. It shows.
Well, you guys saw the roads. Everything was one way going.
I know. I had to say, I did, and that's why I didn't flip my lid when we accidentally made that wrong turn into that tunnel.
Oh yeah, I was trying to get John back from a bar he was at to our hotel, and I was in the wrong lane, so we went down the tunnel and onto 90. Out of the
yeah, you know what? That really did stick out to me when we were walking through the city. All the streets were one way. It looks to me like they expect everyone to go in circles wherever they go.
No, they're one way and they curve all over the place, so you can never get your fucking bearings. I'm fine with everything being one way if it's a grid system, so you know where you are.
Yeah, but it just looks like everyone has to snake all over the place.
It's basically why whenever I'm in town, I always either walk or take the train.
No, but I'd imagine during your Monday commute, you have the Super Mario Kart theme blazing on the radio.
All you need is banana peels, and then it's pretty much complete.
Besides that, I mean, I thought the city looked pretty good. It didn't look any sort of any sort of despot or anything like that. I thought it looked pretty cool. I thought like the river that we crossed to get to the convention center was pretty nice to look at. Like nice little breezy chill.
Yeah, the weather was really nice all weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Well, the light drizzle kind of sucked, but otherwise.
But that was at night though. We were already inside when it happened.
For some reason, all the emergency vehicles were out in storm, though. Like, we heard sirens blazing pretty much anytime we had to go anywhere.
So you see, I hear sirens all the damn time in Philadelphia. It's just normal background noise to me.
It's called living in a big city.
Yeah.
Someone's always doing something stupid.
What about the guy we saw getting arrested walking to the con that one time?
I think he was panhandling or something.
Wait, what is this? I
When
missed
we
this.
were
What's going
coming
on?
out of South Station after getting lunch one of the times, and there was just a guy standing there in handcuffs getting arrested.
Yeah.
You didn't notice?
No, I.
We walked right by him.
That is also just background noise.
Yeah, you know what? It might be that. I see that shit all the damn time. in Philadelphia.
Another thing. Why is there a Dunkin' Donuts on every street corner?
Because we don't like Starbucks all that much, but people still need coffee.
Oh, it's because, well, otherwise you'd have to drive somewhere, and driving to a Dunkin' Donuts is hideously inconvenient in a city. When people go to Dunkin' Donuts, half the time they're either going on a really short, really easy drive, or they're just walking. And you don't have really short, easy drives in the city. You just don't.
No.
Were we pretty much in the heart of the city, Ted?
Yeah, we were, South Station, Downtown Crossings a couple of blocks over. That's pretty much it.
Apart from that, we were pretty much in the business district, so there are a lot of people, like, walking out of the office going to get a quick lunch, you know?
It was so jarring, because, being at, not only in our hotel, but walking around, because of PAX and how huge it was. Half the people were just, there for work, all wearing suits and ties and, looking very professional. And then there was a bunch of scruffy people, mech beards everywhere, game shirts, It was
That was
just,
a third. That was a third of my plane on the way there.
It was just bizarre.
Neckbeards
How,
everywhere.
like, it was half and half, pretty much.
Yeah, we caught an ass catch him dressed as a flasher. I say that because that's what he looked like. He had an Ash Ketchum hat and a very long trench coat. And the only thing I can say is, please tell me he's going to PAX. Please tell me he's going to PAX.
Hey kids, you want to see my Pokeballs?
No,
Yeah.
I can see his Poke Flute. Oh. Okay.
You blow on it, a great sound comes out.
Anyway, the hotel itself, because of a fuck up on registration, it was smaller than the one we had last year. So we only had one bed, but it's still pretty cozy, except when you turn the heat on and then the fucking.
Oh man, the
ventilation.
smell was
Oh,
awful
man.
when we turned
Yeah.
the heat on.
Yeah. I that was my fault. I blame myself. I was the one who discovered the thermostat.
Yes, how dare you be blamed for something that's completely out of your control?
I was the one who discovered the thermostat. We would have been happier if we were ignorant.
Also colder.
True.
But-
True.
Hey, there were bathrobes in there.
Yes, King John, which someone
King John
immediately- someone immediately photo manipulated so that I have angel wings and a pope hat. By the way, thank you very much.
Also, Gareth, you missed the porno shooting. What the hell, man?
Someone's not getting a raise. In more ways than one.
Oh,
So what did
my.
you? $6 Fiji water. What'd you guys think of that?
Did any of us actually take that thing?
No.
What?
Oh, okay, good. You didn't notice the $6 Fiji water?
No, I think I might have blissfully missed that.
And guess what? At the 7-Eleven, like 2 or 3 blocks down, I got 2 bottles of water that were bigger than that for $2.
Yeah.
Or you could have the perfectly clean tap water for free.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes you wonder why they even bother.
Yeah.
Some people are really uptight about that sort of thing. They need to have the exact right kind of water, as if it doesn't come from the same place.
My body is a high-performance machine, man. I need the premium stuff.
I ain't got time for tap water. I only need this water. This water that comes from this specific warehouse. It's not actually from Fiji.
No, they mean Fiji, Maine.
Oh, do they? Okay.
I don't know.
That's where they get you. The hotel was nice, apart from the room fuck-up. Did we get anything back for that, by the way?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
Next time, Boston.
Next time.
And Ted's gonna lead the brigade.
The what?
Yeah, see, we didn't tell you, but you're gonna lead the army to get back at them because you're from Boston.
Oh, was that really the smartest idea?
To get back at the gnome menace.
Oh, the no.
The no menace.
The no. I've been making this joke for months. Whenever Lewis is off doing something, we'd always hear shots something that sounds like a machine gun going off in the background. So I've been joking forever that Lewis has been battling the gnome menace. You guys are only just catching on now.
No, but I completely forgot that you made that joke because that happened in the Catherine playthrough, wasn't it?
No, I've made it a ton of times. Not necessarily on in recordings, but definitely on call. I talk about Lewis and the gnome menace
The
all
no
the time.
menace.
Okay, that's a new one on me.
Were you guys already in some sort of pseudo day shifts before the convention, or did you guys try to have to force yourselves to?
I work mornings, so I was already in day shifts.
I get up by 9. I don't have a set schedule at the moment, but I get up by 9:10, so that's not too late, I hope.
I tried to adjust my sleeping schedule, and then sleeping on the train screwed it up.
Damn it, so close. Yeah, same here. I was sort of in I guess second shift would be the proper way because I would be getting up around 11, and then probably going to sleep around 3, and it's just what I was able to get up at proper times for the conventions except for I think day 3. Which we got up all around 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Except for me, because I really wanted to see.
Extra credits.
Was it Sunday? Sunday was
No, that was the extra
I think
credit.
it was no, it was Saturday that you wanted to leave early.
No.
Wait.
No, it was.
It was Sunday. I left early because that was the last day, and I really wanted to play Transistor.
Yeah.
Which was fun, but it played exactly what I thought it was going to play like, which is just it controlled exactly like Bastion, which is good. But it was also not worth the hour to wait in line for the demo that I completely expected it to be.
Right.
Like that, I'm not making an awful lot of sense. The game still looks great, but the demo was basically the same as all the pre-release footage I've seen so far, and I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't worth the hour.
Shall we transition into what exactly we got to play while in the? Because I didn't play much, to be perfectly frank. Because
Same.
those lines, man.
Lines were really long, and there wasn't as much there as I would normally kind of want to go out of my way to play.
Yeah.
So Sony and Nintendo not being there kind of hurt that, but
Well, Sony, when I went in 2012, the Nintendo booth was the best booth in the entire show. Because, they had a whole bunch of different demos. They had a Kid Icarus demo. They had a couple of other games that were coming out around the time. They gave away lots of cool free stuff. They gave away a free Kid Icarus shirt when I went there, and Xenoblade posters and all sorts of stuff. So, it's very much a shame that they didn't come this year. Although I'm not really sure why they didn't, but whatever, I guess.
I think it's because they had nothing to show off.
Well, they could
besides
have
Mario Kart 8. And Smash Brothers, but that's
they're not
going to
show off Smash Brothers at PAX. That's an E3, sort of.
I figured that, yeah.
My guess is that they don't want to announce anything at they've got to have something, or I hope they have something for E3, but they can't show it off at PAX, so that it's just well, fuck, now what do we do?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We all got to play Shovel Knight, right? Well, I'm not sure if Lewis did, but...
yeah, me and Ryan, that was the first thing we went to, right?
yeah, Shovel Knight.
I've never even heard of Shovel Knight, so I don't know.
Oh man, I've been following that game since the Kickstarter started, and damn, I loved that demo so much.
Well, in that case, I probably stopped and saw it at some point, but I didn't play anything. I just watched.
Most likely, you did, yeah.
Yeah, I hung around the indies for a while. There are some interesting indie games there.
Dropkick the game.
Where everything's a dropkick.
Yep. Soda Drinker Pro.
Soda Drinker Pro. Yeah, I saw that.
And of course, Goat Simulator.
I'm not going to bother asking why. Nah, I'll do it anyway. Why? Why? What's the point of Goat Simulator?
I think it came out on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
Did it? But it's an actual game, though. It's not like it's a actual prank. It's a game.
It's a joke game.
It's basically Gmod where you play as a goat.
It's just a fucking around type of game, from what I can tell. I haven't played it.
Now, I was just gonna say I liked the indie games that they had on offer, but for as much as indie games try to go with unique art styles, I really wish fewer would go with pixel art, because it's starting to get monotonous, and that sort of soured half the indie section for me.
I'm okay with pixel art as long as it's an actual art choice and not a let's make it 8-bit because nostalgia points sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if I'm going to go back to Shovel Knight again, that game was designed... I think... I'm trying to remember what they said in an interview, but I think they said that the pixel art direction was trying to make a game that looked like what people remember 8-bit video games look like or something like that. So they like added stuff like parallax scrolling. I think they tweaked with the NES palette a bit. So, you know, I'm okay if they do stuff like that, but if you're just going to make yet another... You have to add something to it and not just be... 8-bit indie game 5000,
Not to go too off on a tangent but I agree to an extent, but I'm seeing this as like some sort of generational boomerang, where I think that people are going to get sick of the 8-bit retro style in maybe about a year or two from now, and then suddenly we're going to be 16-bit again, and then 32-bit, and then suddenly we're going to have retro N64 styled games. And then we'll eventually get right back to where we are nowadays with like Xbox One and PS4 technology.
You know, I wouldn't mind that, but can we skip the retro N64 stage, because that looks ass ugly no matter what time period you're in.
No, not ass ugly. Nostalgic, Lewis. Nostalgic.
Well, I'm gonna agree. 8-bit, for some reason, 8-bit video games, you can still like make that still look good today. N64, no. I'm sorry. No, there are very few N64 games that hold up graphically to this day. So, bringing back some of the gameplay styles we saw in the N64 era, sure. Bringing back the graphics, no. Thank you. I'm good. I'll pass.
It's going to happen one day. But Shovel Knight was... I've been following Shovel Knight because Ted was the one that introduced me to it. I don't remember if I backed it up, though. I kind of lose track of my...
You can check on your Kickstarter.
I'll have to later on. I think the last thing I did was Mighty Number 9, when Shantae half Genie Hero.
Yep.
But
John pussied out and played the easy level.
Oh, but at least I got a higher score than you, Ryan.
Yes, higher score on the easier level.
I didn't see your initials anywhere.
Because I would play the 3DS one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't see it. So it didn't exist.
You didn't find the locket, though, so I'm better than you.
I still got a higher score than you, Ted.
Yeah, but you didn't find the locket.
I got a higher score than you.
But
Shovel Knight bickering. Only here at BrainScratch, folks. No, but in terms of the game itself, it was great. It controlled wonderfully. Yeah. I loved all the... I was telling the guy that was demonstrating the game that I got 3 specific vibes from the game. I got Castlevania, DuckTales, and Wizards and Warriors. I don't know if you guys ever played that.
I never
Fabio.
played Wizards and Warriors.
Yeah.
I know the box art.
Yeah, if you haven't played the game, you most likely know it for the box art. But that was one particular game I used to play, not a lot of, but enough of back in the early 90s. And Shovel Knight, I guess it's because of the medieval setting, reminded me of that. But it's a good game. I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely
Ready thy shovel, Black Knight.
I'm definitely going to buy it when it comes out.
None shall
Yeah,
pass.
now all we need is a release date, which we don't have. It was supposed to come out late March, but
the guy told me fall.
Fall? No,
No, he said like another
soon.
month or two.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, he said soon. I don't know what that means.
No, it basically they're doing bug testing and stuff right now, so they're almost done.
The most specific he told me was like another month or two.
Yeah, it's like basically from what I can tell, development on the game's almost done. It's just soon going to be a matter of Nintendo and Steam and when they want the game up and stuff like that. So, I was gonna guess like either May or June.
Yeah.
Probably. It's just I'd like something a little bit more concrete.
I was tempted to wait in the line for the Oculus Rift. I really was. But
So was I.
I don't know. It just you look at it and you say, yeah, I want that thing around my face, and then you just look at the line
And then you remember Facebook.
I don't care about that.
So you want to play Farmville 2099?
I don't care that Facebook bought Oculus Rift, I should more accurately state. But, I just wanted to see it one time because, I'm glad I avoided something like the Virtual Boy. In fact, I think until, like, the AVGN review, I don't even heard of the fucking thing.
Wait, really? Not until the AVGN review?
Well, I mean, I think the earliest I ever caught a glimmer of it was... And this is weird, but in Super Smash Bros. Melee, when you're looking at your trophy collection, you got those console collections in the shelves in the back of the room.
Oh yeah, one of them is a virtual.
One of them
boy,
is a Virtual Boy, but I didn't know what the hell it was. They're just like, oh, what the hell is this thing? That's all I thought about. But yeah, it wasn't. I got my first good look at the thing was the AVGN review. and bullet dodged because that would definitely give me a headache. But I always did like the concept of virtual realities, but because and this is I know this is gonna sound a bit weird, but one of my guilty pleasures in the '90s with Keanu Reeves was a movie called Johnny Mnemonic, and that's immediately what I thought of when I saw the Oculus Rift. So just to play video games and that sort of thing, I think that'd be pretty cool. And I was tempted to try it out, but I just didn't feel like waiting 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
To get a glimpse of it.
I wanted to try it out too, partially because I'm not sure I'll ever have the money to buy something like that on my own, and it might have been my only chance to try it at a convention like this. I think it has some potential to actually take first-person games further, assuming that developers actually develop specifically for it. But how do I put it? I don't see it really adding much unless developers go that extra step, because it'll wind up just being an extra resolution for games that could just as easily be played on consoles. And
yeah, I can see, like, you're talking about, like, the Nintendo, like, the Wii U gamepad effect, where, it might just sort of be there and nobody will ever use it for anything interesting.
More or less. I mean, the mechanics that they add in with the Oculus Rift and the Morpheus and all the similar products, like being able to turn your head to turn the camera and seeing in, like, more panoramic sense. That's all great. That could actually deal with a lot of the problems I have with first-person perspective in games, like where it feels like you're just a camera on roller skates most of the time. But if developers just make games for consoles and then add Oculus Rift type peripherals to the game afterward, you're not going to get the full effect of that, and that's a shame.
I still want an Oculus Rift game all in red and black, though. Just for shits and giggles.
Or have some sort of nostalgic filter.
A nostalgic filter would be good, yeah.
Yeah, for the 50 people who actually bought a Virtual Boy.
it's something.
Super Mario Virtual World. With a Virtual Boy filter in it. That'd be awesome. I don't know why it would be awesome, but it would be awesome.
More like Oculus Rift plus Wii Remote Nunchuck. Attack on Titan.
But I will say this. Things like the Oculus Rift don't make much sense outside of first-person view, because at that point, why are you wearing this big fancy headset?
How else would you do it, really?
Yeah, well, Virtual Boy. Going back to the Virtual Boy, there was, like, a side-scrolling platformer on there, wasn't there? Well, that was the Wario game.
Yeah, but that's something that... No, now that I'm thinking about it, why haven't they ported that to the 3DS yet? It was basically
because it has that ugly-ass black and red filter. I think that was pre-programmed into the game, and to do that, you pretty much got to build the game from scratch.
I say go for it.
No.
Go, come on, Nintendo, do it. You know you want to. No, have you seen the what's it called? The Tamagotchi Life thing? That Nintendo.
I have it. I want my 9 minutes back.
No, but one of the screenshots from that game that they have is a bunch of me's in a circle going, "All hail the Virtual Boy." So they might. You never know.
It would actually be pretty neat if they did that. I could get a first-hand look at the game without actually having a Virtual Boy, and I think a lot of like people who like to go and explore older games would actually bite if they sold that.
But don't you want to play Waterworld in red and black?
No.
The only other thing I've played was Evolve, which I was able to ignore the line completely thanks to an invitation I got from an affiliation manager from Machinima. And you know what? I liked what I played. I'm not sure if I am going to purchase it. And if because for those who are unaware, it's a multiplayer game where you can either play as Goliath, which is this huge ass monster that gets stronger and stronger the more he eats, or you can play as one of 4 humans who have to work together to take down the Goliath.
Oh, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
No, not Attack on Goliath. It had a really huge Goliath statue out on display.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool.
I stopped to watch it, and I thought I remember thinking this concept looks pretty interesting, and it's a shame I'm not more of a multiplayer player, because it sounds unique.
It's more fascinating when you're Goliath than you are the humans, because when you're the humans, I think it looks like you're run-of-the-mill FPS.
Yeah.
You know, which
Yeah,
I played.
I got a lot of Left 4. I was waiting for John to finish. Just I forget why, but I was around, and from I could see the human footage a little bit more closely. It looked very Left 4 Dead from the footage I could see.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, you know which is fine. Left 4 Dead is fun and all, but being the monster definitely looks like more fun.
Well, it looks
Yeah,
like more fun, but every FPS looks the same when you put the screenshots next to each other. I'm just saying, it's more about what you do than what it looks like. So I think it would definitely be more interesting if you were behind the wheel than if you were watching.
Definitely something to consider. I probably won't buy it when it comes out immediately, but the multiplayer aspect, I can think maybe with someone like Elliot or Matt on my side, who controls the Goliath, stuff like that. I think it'd be a pretty good time, but it's
sale?
more interesting when it may be, because I think it is. I don't know what it's coming out for besides the PC and I think the Xbox One or PS4, but I'll look forward to it. But I think it's a better experience when you're playing as the monster rather than
what
the
company is putting this game out?
2K games.
Oh,
Oh,
2K.
2K. Oh, that's a bigger studio than I thought it was. I thought it was just some normal
2K
studio.
Games Evolve. Oh, PS4 and Xbox One. Okay. I keep forgetting the next generation of consoles is out already. I'm sorry.
That fourth station of playing.
I'm trying to think of other games I played. The only one that comes to mind was the Age of Mythology.
Which I watched you do, yeah.
Yeah, Age of Mythology demo. Which I gotta say, I didn't know that they were re-releasing Age of Mythology. So when I saw the booth when we were first walking into the expo hall, I squealed like a little girl. Because Age of Empires, the Age of Empires series is one of my all-time favorites. It's something me and my dad would play together. So, I've got a lot of great memories with those. So it's just like, from what I played of the demo, it's basically just the same game that I played, 12 years ago, but, prettier. So, yay. But it was just nice to see that, they still remember that it exists, Although I know that none of you guys care about Age of Empires but me, but, whatever.
Well, you gifted me a copy of Age of Empires, and I'm still collecting virtual dust. Sorry, but
well, that's not all too bad. Over a third of all Steam games have never been played.
just bought because damn, what a deal!
Yeah, Steam sales. Am I ever going to play this game? Maybe someday.
The coach has spoken!
Add to cart.
And you know what? I bet that doesn't even count the games that were booted up one time just to make sure they installed correctly and then never touched again.
I buy a lot of the collections. Like, I bought the Tomb Raider collection on a Steam sale because it was like, what, $15 for like.
Oh, that's a
games.
good collection.
So, sure.
You should definitely play that.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get the
were telling me
BioShock
about it.
collection?
So that's like 8 games that I haven't touched right there.
Did you get the BioShock collection last Steam, the Steam Winter
collection?
Sale? Yeah.
The what collection?
BioShock.
Yeah, I've got all those. Haven't played them yet. Haven't played either of the Arkham games or Assassin's Creed or Borderlands.
Play the BioShock games, they're good.
This sounds like me and my PlayStation Plus freebies collection.
Yeah, I've got a lot of...
You fucking freeloaders. Play the games.
Man, I've just got nothing to play right now.
Stares at Steam library.
I watched a little bit of the Wolfenstein.
Wait, they're
stuff.
making a Wolfenstein?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was way in the back.
Oh.
Pre-order now and get beta access to the next Doom. What year is it?
Wait, Doom? They're making a new Doom?
Oh
what?
man, this is such a blast to my past. At one point, the only video games I really had were at my grandparents' house on their old as fuck Windows 3.11 PC, and the only options I had were like a Sticky Bears edutainment thing and Wolfenstein 3D. Guess which one I played?
Wait a minute. That's such a contrast.
Wait, your grandparents had edutainment and Doom?
No, they didn't have Doom. They had Wolfenstein 3D. And I remember going through that game, shooting up Nazis, and listening to the hilarious German sound bites as they died. And I didn't play Doom on the PC. I actually played it on the 32X. So
you had a 32X?
At one point, yes.
What?
I have no idea what happened to it.
Yeah, I should have gotten you that copy of Knuckles Chaotix I saw at one of the menus.
Well, I don't have it anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, I'm joking.
Unfortunately.
Well, I would actually like to have one for collector's purposes, but still. I mean, I have a Genesis. I never use that either, but I have one.
No, the Wolfenstein looked okay. Generic first-person shooter, but looks like it does its job pretty well.
We're at a point in time with the generation where the FPS you play is all a matter of taste. Because we can all say they all look the same just from glancing at it, but in reality, there are a few differences here and there that makes people. That makes someone a Battlefield fan more than a Call of Duty fan,
Yes.
or vice versa.
Yes, definitely. I mean, there are definitely some pretty big differences between, let's say, Half-Life, Halo, Battlefield, and what's the fourth one I'm thinking
Titanfall or
of?
something.
Titanfall. I don't know anything about Titanfall, but
It's like the one Xbox One game out right now.
the one
I think.
Xbox One game. Yeah, well, I've never looked into it because I'm not going to get an Xbox One.
But yeah, there are differences between like a Battlefield, Halo, and I don't know, a Left 4 Dead or whatever.
Star Wars Battlefront 3, will you come out already?
I don't know. I've just being the stick in the mud Nintendo guy. I never really played an awful lot of first person shooters. Cause,
I like first-person shooters. There's just too many of them.
It's like apart from the GoldenEye remake, I don't think I remember any first-person shooters coming out on Nintendo systems in the last couple generations.
There was the Conduit.
Oh,
I remember.
also
the
known as
Conduit.
the other adult game on the Wii, the one that wasn't No More Heroes or Mad World. Yeah, I remember that. But yeah, just to deviate about first-person shooters, I complain about them a lot, and I do mention how they tend to be the same, but when I talk about that, I'm mostly talking about Call of Duty releasing a new game every year and everyone jumping on that.
Realistic fish AI, dog. Plume effects everywhere.
It's like there's not a lot you can do with the genre, but it's not like they never vary either, and I don't want to sound like a snob when I say I don't like FPSs. I acknowledge that there are differences between them, and I acknowledge that some are better than others, and some are more interesting than others, even to me. But it's just...
I like the Resistance games and Halo,
yeah.
for the most part.
BioShock Infinite, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's good stuff.
It's like, I guess most of my irritation with the genre comes from it somehow being the representative of all video games, and that bugs me.
Looker, stop eating all that salt.
Well, there's been a genre that's been like that for basically every generation, because it was platformers in the 8-bit days. I guess it sort of shifted to I don't know. Would you say RPGs during the PS1 era, or
It was platformers in the 8-bit and 16-bit.
Yeah, and in the N64 days, it became a wrestling match between platformers and RPGs, and then in the PS2 days, I guess RPGs really took off, and now RPGs are sort of not there anymore. It's just FPSs.
JRPGs.
JRPGs.
Your Skyrims and Fallouts are still doing it.
Western RPGs had a boom last generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. But never to the point where they became, like, mascot genres of the entire gaming culture or anything, is all I'm saying. It's like 8-bit, 16-bit, Mega Man, Mario, Sonic, and then PlayStation 1 and 64, Crash Bandicoot, Final Fantasy. What's this? Final Fantasy. And then PS2 days, it became JRPGs really took off. I got a massive stack of unplayed ones that I still have to catch up on that I missed out on back then.
Yeah, I got Parasite Eve 1 and 2 at the convention, so I gotta play those.
Square made something that's not Final Fantasy?
Oh, they did that all the time. People just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, if it wasn't Final Fantasy, people didn't pay attention to it. Unfortunately.
Legend of Mana was a good one in the PS1 days. That is definitely one I'd recommend. It's on the PlayStation Network. Anyone who hasn't played it should pick that up.
I spent an unhealthy amount of money getting Final Fantasy V Advance. Again,
Oh
for the
yeah, I
Game
guess
Boy
we
Advance.
should. Getting back to the con.
We're known to do that, Ted. Are you surprised?
I don't know.
John spent like $30 to get his Black Label Final Fantasy IX.
Which, is not the worst of the purchases I made, but I spent $75 on the Final Fantasy V Advance.
At least that came in a good box.
Yeah, it came in the box. It was still in the cartridge itself still came in that plastic sleeve that all new Game Boy Advance games came in. The manual's all there and everything, and it is the best version of 5 to own because I'm not interested in the iOS version with touch controls and shit like that.
I heard
And-
that they actually have that you can run emulators so that the Game Boy Advance version of 5 plays the soundtrack from the SNES version. So when I eventually try 5 again, I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah,
So,
definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
Well, I actually do want to go. I'm actually hoping to find it again when I go to Too Many Games again this year. Last year, I found someone. The vendor where I bought my reproduction cartridges of Mega Man and Bass. That
Yeah.
was translated. There was one also that I had a translated Final Fantasy V for the Super Nintendo, and I want to do that. Just so I can have a Super Nintendo version of 5, complete the collection.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you need an NES version of 2 and 3.
Yeah, eventually, but they're not as high because I don't like 2 and 3 as much as 5.
No, I tried to replay 3 a couple of months ago for an LP, which I couldn't do because cart file corruption. But
Ooh.
it was there were parts of that game that were just painful. Ugh, no save points in dungeons, man. Just man. Stuff that I bought. I got this really sweet Devil Survivor art book. At that, I think John was with me when I saw it.
No, I was with
oh,
you.
You were with you.
Yeah,
My
I
eyes
was,
just locked on it, and I was just like, I need to have this. So yeah, that
Mine,
was
mine.
It was the last one left. I got the last one left of a lot of things. Like I got the last one of these art books. I got the last Shovel Knight shirt in my size.
Well, you could have just gotten a size bigger and then shrunk it, but
No, they didn't have any extra large. It was just larges. So woo for me.
and not a single small was taken.
I think that was actually these two things were the only things I bought for myself. I did get the 3. I got Lewis a Sonic thingy, a Sonic
A Sonic
figure
thingy.
with light up. Are those Chaos Emeralds lighting up in your sleep?
No, they're not.
Oh no.
If
Okay.
they were, I'd have to question who was banging on my floor. Ted got me a classic Sonic figure. It came with 4 Chaos Emeralds. Only 4. I don't know where the other 3 are, and I can't seem to
They
figure
don't
out.
want people randomly going super.
Yeah,
Lewis.
the classic Sonic figure's actually pretty good. It was a Sonic Generations figure. It looks pretty much like his model in that game. The Chaos Emeralds drive me crazy though. Every time something vibrates near them, they flash whatever color they are, and when they're not flashing, you can see watch batteries inside them, which is kind of jarring.
And I got John and Ryan something for them too. Yes.
I think it was a Luigi hat and a Mario hat.
Waluigi hat.
Waluigi hat. Waluigi hat. Oh, in
I was
character.
hesitating because I was expecting them to go into voices, but I guess
Oh.
that just didn't happen.
Oh, is that what you wanted?
Sorry to
Yeah.
disappoint you.
This relationship can't work without communication.
I was hoping they read my finger cues.
I'm sorry.
As for merchandise, I got Onimusha 2, which I couldn't find used anywhere else except online.
I was looking for the third game for you. You give it to you as a gift, and I just got you that Persona T-shirt instead. But yeah, I couldn't find the third game anywhere.
We were also looking for Yoshi's Island on SNES, and surprisingly, no one had that.
No.
It's like none of the other Onimusha games were there. I was lucky to find 2, which was the one I wanted to play the most. I also got Star Ocean Till the End of Time, which, to be honest, is not a perfect game by any means. It's fun, but the plot gets stupid during the second half. I swore to myself I would beat it one day, though, and I am going to do that. So, I have a copy that I already bought, months and months ago at a GameStop. I let it sit for, 2 months, then I popped it in, tried to try it. It wouldn't play. It's not the easiest game to find, so I was glad about that. It cost about $12, though. The sad thing was, though, Onimusha 2 is cheaper than the pizza I bought at the con, which is probably a good example of why you should never buy convention food ever.
They weren't serving burgers though.
They had burgers, actually. I remember seeing them, yeah.
How much were the burgers?
$10, I think. I think it was $10.
Oh.
They're even worse.
Inflation.
$7 ice cream cones about the size of your hand.
Here's the thing that bugs me about the pizza. It wasn't even good pizza. It was terrible pizza. The crust was too firm and the cheese was just too melted, and it was.
That's why we went to South Station to get our
South
pizza.
Station's like a 5-minute walk.
Yeah, and you know what? The pizza was terrible, but the thing about the pizza that bugged me the most, everything else on the menu was like twice as much as I would expect to pay somewhere else. The pizza was 3 times as much as I would expect to pay for one slice anywhere else. It was $6. $6 for one slice. Do you know how much one slice of pizza costs anywhere else? $2. $2. That's all.
Yeah, so we didn't eat at the con an awful lot.
No, we had at South Station. We had our first trip. We went to, was it Wagamama?
Yeah, Wagamama that was
Wagamama.
at Faneuil Hall, I think.
First real ramen dish.
Yeah, first me and Ryan had our first. Well, no, it's me, Ryan, and
Ted.
Ted had one.
No, I had ramen there before.
Oh, okay, yeah. But it was our first authentic bowl of ramen. And,
None of that cup shit.
I actually was the odd duck out. I went for teriyaki chicken don puri, which is pretty okay.
I wasn't going to pass up a chance to get a real ramen dish for once.
yeah, it was pretty good. It was bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
The bowl. Well, the bowls in anime are always huge. So
Well,
that
yeah.
happens for a reason.
Legitimate ramen has a lot of stuff in it. It has meat chunks, vegetables. Instant ramen is literally just a noodle pack that you pour boiling water into, and that's good for a snack. But actual ramen is supposed to be a healthy food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked actually really great, and I kind of regret not getting it. But if I was going to eat at a Japanese place, there aren't any Japanese places around where I live, at least not within easy access, so I wanted to get a little experimental.
So yeah, we had one interesting food, and then we just ate crap at the South Station and 7-Eleven.
I think I ate nothing but Southern style chicken sandwiches from the McDonald's there.
I had pizza. I had pizza from the Regina.
Yeah.
Regina's.
Pizza or McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah, I had nuggets.
Well, I guess getting back to the con a little bit, John and I never explained what we got. What did you get, John?
What do you mean?
Like
What'd we
stuff.
buy?
What stuff did you get?
Oh, well, I thought I already mentioned the Final Fantasy stuff.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get anything else?
Anything else?
Just besides, the only thing that comes to mind is the headset that I bought from Turtle
Oh
Beach.
yeah, I forgot that you bought that. How's that been working out for you?
It's fine. It's not spectacular, but it's fine.
'Cause you paid a pretty decent chunk for it.
Well, yeah, at a reduced price. It's normally like $250, but at like convention price only.
Yeah, I was about to ask, was it more than you'd usually pay or less than you usually pay?
It's more than what I usually pay. Like the headset I'm using right now to talk to you guys, it would cost less, and I think is slightly better than it. But I can utilize it for different things at the very least, because it has a lot of different cables that comes with it. So you can use it for not only talking via USB chat or game chat. You can also use it as just a regular pair of headphones by detaching the mic. So it's it's multi-purpose, and I think that's why it's a little more expensive than others. No, the only thing I have left was the t-shirts that I bought you guys and the blanket that was PAX East, the 4X t-shirt. That's all I had left.
You bought a blanket?
No, I call it a blanket because the only size of because for conventions I like to buy a convention t-shirt to show that I've been here.
Yeah.
For that, I did it for MomoCon. I did it for MomoCon last year, but it's 4X. It's a fucking blanket.
Hang it on the wall. Call it a poster, a shirt-shaped poster. on the subject of the shirts, though, that shirt you got me, it glows in the dark, like very eerily. I discovered
it's a dark
this.
hour, right?
Yeah, I discovered this while I was walking through my house at midnight, like the day after the convention. But it glows in the dark. It glows in the dark very brightly.
You were talking about it glowing in the dark when you showed it to
Well,
us.
yeah, I remember reading that when I was at the shirt stands, but I didn't actually expect it to glow as brightly as it does. It's just you can clearly read it in any dark room, even if you can't see anything else. I'm not sure if that's going to be a good thing or not, but I kind of like it. I'm just this floating clock walking through the house.
I got Star Fox Assault, which I already recorded because it's short. But Bomberman 64, which we obviously uploaded already.
Yeah, we played that the day you bought it.
Well, because I couldn't find my copy and it was cheap at the same place I got Star Fox. I got Parasite Eve 1 and 2 for PlayStation, and I got a Ocarina of Time Spiritual Stones necklace from the Sanchi booth.
The one thing that I was hoping to find that I didn't was Japanese Ace Attorney 5. Because I found my Japanese investigations too at PAX. So I was hoping I'd get lucky again, but no dice, unfortunately.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed with the vendors.
Yeah.
For something like this. Yeah, I thought too many games did a better job.
Yeah.
I've only ever been one other time, and I didn't buy an awful lot when I went last time. Like, the only thing I bought was a Team Rocket shirt when I went in 2012. So, I can't tell you if it's normally like that or if it's just not as good this year. I couldn't say. I haven't been as much as I would.
And there was a healthy amount of vendors, but there were a lot of them that just were so specifically categorized. Like one vendor was completely dedicated to nothing but Minecraft. I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of Minecraft, so I'm just gonna have to completely ignore you. Sorry.
That's true. Yeah.
And then it was Magic the Gathering. There was, I think I saw a Duel Masters booth somewhere in there.
I remember seeing a lot of Ascension stuff. I think it was called Ascension anyway. It's a trading
And
card game.
there was a lot of board games.
Yeah, I wanted to spend more time in the tabletop section, but I just never got around to it.
It looks interesting, but I'm socially inept as fuck, so I... Board games are not my thing.
Man, it's been years since I've been able to get a Pathfinder game together, and I really just want to find a chance to do that.
I love Duel Monsters. Do you want a duel? Oh, heavens no.
Who calls it Duel Monsters? Do you think you're living in an anime?
How about some Dungeon Dice Monsters?
This is the second convention I've gone to, though, where I've thought upon arriving, I should have brought all my trading cards with me. I would have been able to play a game with someone. Oh well.
If you had brought a 3DS, you could have played that with somebody.
I don't
3DSs everywhere.
3DS, and I
got so many Street Passes. I was actually really pissed off, though, because by the end of the con, I managed to fill up all of my puzzle swap pieces. And when I get home, you want to know what happens? They fucking update it with a Rusty's Real Deal baseball board.
Next year, Ted. Next year.
Yeah, next year.
Street passing was basically check your 3DS every couple minutes, so that you can clear it out and get 10 more street passes, wasn't it?
Yeah, basically, I had it open almost the entire con.
I took like 5 separate breaks just to clear my head and to check my 3DS, and I filled up a lot of puzzles. And yeah, I gotta remind myself to do that for every other convention that I go to, because I didn't do that last year. And like my town in Bravely Default now has like over 55 people.
Yeah, those are pretty much the two games I saw everyone had, was either Bravely Default or Pokemon.
I only got challenged to one Pokemon battle, though. I am disappointed.
No Animal Crossing.
Because nobody could. No, how can anybody battle you amongst the sea of people?
Yeah.
Well, no, the only time I battled somebody was when we were doing the meetup after the Runaway Guys panel. Somebody challenged me and I lost because I was strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon. Real trainers should try to win with their favorites, so I tried to win with my favorites, and of course the other guy did like IV training or something, so I lost.
IV training Dragonite and Garchomp and other shit.
Yeah. He also had like 6 shinies on his team, the fucking asshole.
Oh, Tosh, only 6.
Yeah. Oh, well, actually, hold on. It was a fan who challenged me, so if you're watching, I'm sorry, you're not a fucking asshole. I'm just a bitter person.
I knew PAX East was going to be crowded. I was expecting that, but Jesus Christ.
I've been to worse.
Worse? Honestly,
apparently
worse.
Dragon Con is...
Dragon Con's worse just because it's so damn condensed everywhere.
I guess
the Boston
so.
The Boston Convention Center is at least very open.
It doesn't matter if you got like... I'm actually curious as to what the attendance record for PAX East is.
Try shoving everyone in PAX and all the booths and shit into a bunch of hotels rather than a big convention center.
It pains even to imagine it.
Yeah,
well, that's basically what
Dragon
Dragon Con is.
It's like at the convention there were at least, I mean, the expo hall was always full, but at least you could retreat off to a side area and just sort of chill out for a little while, or
hang out on the Sky Bridge.
Yeah, you can hang out on the Sky Bridge.
You could hang out on the Sky Bridge. You could go out into this side area, and just use the internet. They had free Wi-Fi, so I brought my laptop along on day 2. It wasn't particularly good Wi-Fi because you got so many people on the wireless at once, but still.
Was it better than the hotel Wi-Fi?
No. The hotel Wi-Fi was at least decent, consistently
Ooh,
decent.
damn.
There were times at the convention center where I had trouble keeping connected, which is inevitable when you have a wireless system for a place that big with so many people in it. But yeah, I'm probably only as chill about that as I am because I'm actually taking IT classes, so I know how this stuff works.
Did you like the way the guy said Sky Bridge as well as I did, John?
Scott, yeah, there's the name itself. Just really big Sonic fans. Like the moment I hear Sky Bridge, I think Sky Deck.
Well, he said it like really kind of matter of factly when we were asking for directions, and we couldn't help ourselves when we got to it. It's just, let's see the Sky Bridge, huh? And just kind of awkwardly turn around.
Turn around. Yeah, yeah. Because I heard I was looking at the map. Because I saw something on the map called the classic game room, which I ended up spending about 20 minutes there just to cool my head down, and then I saw at the map it said Skybridge, and I just went Eggman. It's like there's only one way to get to the classic room, and that's through the Sky Bridge. I doubt you can make it there. And I just went.
So this must be the Sky Bridge, huh? It spins around and tilts your head back.
The Sky Bridge was nice. You could get a good view of it. It ran right over top of the expo hall, so you could see everything. Good luck finding a place against the windows to actually look out at it, though, because there were people always sitting along the edges, just everywhere.
Well, it was one of the better places to sit down, though.
Yeah.
It was either that or the floor. But there was a good amount of sitting on the floor that I saw.
Well, it was still the floor, but it was just the floor in a scenic location.
Oh! I thought you were talking about like the little edge things on the. Never mind. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm getting confused.
No.
Someone didn't cross the Sky Bridge.
I crossed the Sky Bridge about 6 times because I got lost trying to find my way to the Runaway Guys thing.
Yeah, the Runaway Guys panel. I gotta say that line was Jesus. Line was huge.
I still feel really bad that you got dicked over like that, though, Lewis.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Lewis was with a number call, and he was next to go up before the panel had to end.
Yeah, the panel was called Thrown Controllers. It was pretty much a giant ass homage to Nick Arcade with how it was set up. I think they just uploaded the video of the panel recently.
It's funny you should mention Nick Arcade, though, because that Sonic 1 thing made Clarissa's playthrough look actually kind of good. Clarissa at least ran.
We were all cringing on the inside.
Oh, you guys were mad. I was just laughing during the Sonic 1. You want to know what made me mad? Whoever the hell that was playing Super Mario Strikers. L button to shoot in the air. No, why to deke?
Yeah, I think Ted was crying the most when it came to the Strikers. Whoever was playing, nothing against the guy, obviously, but damn.
Learn to play Strikers.
On the bright side, we met Retsuprey.
Oh, Oh yeah, we did meet.
We met Slow Beef. And
Slow Beef was a really cool dude.
Yeah, he was a pretty chill dude. I never actually. I know I heard of him, but I never actually saw the dude. He was a pretty cool guy. And the second guy, I forgot his name completely.
When did that happen?
Such an ad. It was when we were waiting in line at the Runaway Guys panel. We were waiting in line anyway.
Oh, wait, was I there when that happened?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope you were. Unless it was Robo Lewis.
Then I met Retsuprey and didn't know they were Retsuprey. Okay.
No.
Yeah, you might have been. No, you might have been battling the gnomes then, too. I'm not really sure about that though.
And then after their panel, we crashed their little meet and greet in the next room.
That was so much fun.
That was a good time. We had to meet
because Runaway Guys were there. Massey was there. Josh Jepson was there.
Well, that too. But I'm just talking about like meeting people and.
Yeah, it was there that we met. Like I think the most. Fans of all of our channels, BrainScratch was my channel, all that kind of stuff, and it was just a good time. You had a Wario cosplayer.
Oh man! Oh, I loved that. When the Wario cosplayer saw the Waluigi
cosplayer, they had like an emotional reunion.
No, I was looking at them when they saw each other. They just like bumped into each other, and just for like a split second, they just sort of stared at each other like, "Whoa!" And then they were like, "Brother!"
It's like we must. They're like reading each other's eyes, saying, "We must do something."
Yeah, and I like as the audience reacted, clapping, just to clap, like it's like the sweet ending.
There was a circle around them within seconds.
Yeah, that was great. It was really great meeting all those people. It was.
Unfortunately, I didn't witness any amusing cosplay moments myself. I was kind of hoping that at least I'd see some Deadpool shenanigans, but it was not to be.
I saw
only saw
female
one Deadpool.
Deadpool.
I only saw one Deadpool too. We probably all saw the same Deadpool. How disappointing.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, cosplaying as Deadpool basically gives you a free pass to do any sorts of shenanigans at a convention.
Yeah, you can. It's the best cosplay ever because you can A, cosplay it anywhere, and B, do whatever you want while you're cosplaying.
Within legal bounds, of course, but...
And then you'll
Yeah,
probably
true.
end up on the internet, and no matter how stupid it is, no one will ever know it was you.
I didn't really notice many cosplayers during, when we're in the expo. One, there's so many people to begin with, you're not really paying attention to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You just want to get by so I can breathe.
Oh, well, the cosplayer to regular dressed people wasn't actually that high.
And
No.
there's generally less cosplayers at PAX than
Yeah.
Most other cons.
I think MomoCon had a higher cosplayer ratio.
Yeah, definitely.
My favorite one, I think, was probably the Godot cosplayer we saw waiting for Runaway Guys. Probably.
Yeah, I think I still have the picture of that
Yeah.
somewhere around here. Well, I'm probably putting on the video now if I just found it.
Yeah. Other than that, I can't remember an awful lot of. Oh no, wait. When we were at our meetup thing, there was a young girl who was dressed up as Yellow from the Pokemon manga. I liked her cosplay too. It was really good.
What, was that the Chinatown one, or...?
Oh no, at the after the Runaway Guys panel.
Okay.
The Chinatown Park let's
Oh,
play.
Christ.
We got so man, that was hilarious.
Well, because apparently for a stretch of the road, it becomes a different road.
I got visibly frustrated at Ryan. Like, you guys had to have been there.
Okay. Oh wait. Well, hold on. We should actually explain what the hell we're talking about.
We got lost. We got hopelessly lost.
The Runaway Guy, was it just Runaway Guys or Chugga specifically?
A lot of the Runaway Guys were there. I think Tim and Emil were there.
The only one who wasn't there was Proton John, but Emil was there, NCS was there, Josh Jepson was there, Marseille was there.
Everyone was just crowding around Emil because of this, but partly because he had this massive Xenoblade sword that sort of sucked in attention like nothing else.
It was a massive Let's Player meeting. A lot of
Yeah.
popular Let's Players were there, and we knew about it, so we...
John and Ted are in the
Crash.
background of Josh Jepson's video.
We crashed.
Yeah, we pretty much crashed the damn thing. And on the way, it was the trip to there, because we had no idea where we were going. First off, Ted wasn't any help at all, because...
I don't ever go to that part of
But
town.
you live in the city. You
I
should
don't
know.
ever go to that part of town.
Here's the thing, we did look up directions ahead of time from the convention center. It should have been simple. The problem is, the road that Google Maps and my iPhone Maps tell us to go on technically changed its name for a little while, but that's the intersection we got to from the convention center. So we couldn't find the street we wanted to go on, so we just kind of had to spiral our way around until we found it.
But the problem is that I was getting angry because Ryan was avoiding my questions. It was like, what are we doing now? Where are we going? What's the GPS set? He just kept looking at the thing and kept going like, answer my questions! And then it got to the point where it's like, let me see that. And it was going in circles. It's like, you think we're crossing some sort of magnetic field that's causing the compass to go
I
off.
told you it wasn't my fault.
Well, then answer my questions at the very least. Don't leave me hanging, bro.
I was trying to figure out where we were.
You were like those two people who get lost in every cartoon forest ever, who were just arguing about whether or not they're lost.
I just remember the funniest thing though was when you after that you had to go to that bar thing, right?
No, I my invitation to my Evolve.
Okay, that
playthrough
was it.
session.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So John's hailing a cab to go back to the con, and then we look at the road, and then it said Fitzgerald Surface Road, which is the road that
We were
that
looking
we were
for.
Looking for the entire...
Yeah, it ended up not being very far from the fucking hotel, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I told you, we knew what we were looking for. It was that for some reason the road name changed between the park and basically the convention center at Summer Street.
And then when you see an intersection sign that has a completely different sign name on it, you get confused. It's like, where am I? Did we take a wrong turn somewhere? Did we overshoot? Did we undershoot?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, and that's why I don't navigate by street name.
No, if it had a grid system like Philadelphia or New York, I think we had been easier.
Or any city worth a damn.
I think conventions are just doomed to always take place in places like this, where it's hard to find your way to any place. But
I never taken so many cabs in one place.
the actual meetup was kind of interesting.
Oh yeah, we met Emil again. I saw. Was it Josh?
Josh
Jepsen.
Jepsen. Yeah.
Josh. Yeah, I think that's the guy. We saw Massey, so for the first time when live action.
NCS was there.
Yeah, I didn't talk to him at all though.
I did a little bit because after you guys left, Emil needed to go back to his hotel, but there were no cabs around. But South Station was nearby, so he walked there. So
Oh, you walked with NCS or
no with Emil, but a small group kind of went with him.
That's where I ended up going to get the cab to go back to the convention when I wanted to go play Evolve.
And then after that, basically Lewis and I, NCS, and a few others got lunch at South Station.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I had went back earlier than that because of reasons. I don't even really.
Because of raisins.
I think you wanted to go to the convention center.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to go to the convention center. I just can't. Oh, I remember. I wanted to pick up that day's batch of Shovel Knight buttons.
Oh right, yeah. You said
Yeah,
something about that.
they had a different They had a different set every day, so I needed to go to the convention center every day in order to get that batch. I got, I think, almost all of them, and they're still on my Pikmin bag.
I never
see.
got the whole badge trading stuff like that.
Oh no, it wasn't like the pin badge thing, like the official thing. It was just like buttons, like the little strap, the little pin buttons. I just got them just 'cause they had
Who's
sprites
got
from
the button?
It just had sprites of the characters from the game on them, and I wanted them, so
I see.
That's just why. The only pin I got from that pin trading thing was the one that they gave away for free at the end of the Age of Mythology demo, which was okay, great. I've got a pin now. Woo.
What are the pins? The little ones, like the
Yeah,
one.
they're the little ones that have like the pictures on them,
Like the one that
it's
I
like-
got with the Final Fantasy VI T-shirt, and this one in here.
Yeah.
That
I
like
think they were more like that.
Like when I got that free T-shirt, I was given a free token to get something out of a little gumball machine. Except instead of gumballs, it was stickers. And then I'm looking at the thing now. I still haven't opened it. The thing that has the sticker in it. I flipped it over, and suddenly there's a pin staring me in the face with a little skull emblem on it. And I'm just like, what? What's this? What?
Can I eat it?
Well, in any case, that was an interesting thing, and I'm not sure I understand the point of it, but whatever.
Day 3 was pretty much just a day for me to just go vending shopping, and that's where I found out that the vendors weren't really all that cracked up to be, and that's where I ended up buying the games and the T-shirts for you guys because I was pretty wiped out by day 3, and it's odd to say that because I was more wiped out from meeting everybody and shit like that, not from waiting in booths or anything like that. Yeah.
Well, are we allowed to talk about what we did Friday night yet, or not?
Let's avoid specifics.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd rather wait until those videos get uploaded.
Okay, yeah, good idea. Okay, well, I'm trying to think of a vague way to say it now. We met a lot of different people Friday night doing things.
Yes.
And, that was a whole lot of fun, but we were also out until, like, what, when did we decide, fuck it, let's go back?
Me and Lewis got back at the hotel around 2 in the morning.
It was late enough that they wouldn't let you in if you didn't have a room key.
Oh yeah, I remember because I had to stay up to let you guys back up to the
Yeah.
hotel
Yeah.
room.
Ted and I went back at like midnight
Yeah.
because I was like passing out in between everything that happened Thursday and Friday. I was just basically on empty.
Yeah, well, I had a lot of fun. It was just, by the time that we got, by the time it got to like 10, 11, me and Ryan were basically the only ones left, and it was getting late, and we were exhausted.
Yeah.
So-
I was like, I didn't even go to the convention on day 3. I just sort of stayed at the hotel the whole time. There was no reason to go, and I was feeling kind of exhausted.
I had gone to the convention center early day 3 because I really wanted to go to Transistor, and I didn't want to wait in line too long, so I was up by like 8:30. And, even after waiting in line for an hour and spending some extra time, getting other stuff at the booths and stuff, like, by the time it was 11 and I was heading back, you guys had only just gotten up that day.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
The fucks given were beyond 0.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to try a lot of different games that weren't out yet and didn't mind waiting in line, it was good for that. But there wasn't that much to really do there, in a sense.
I guess it just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I like PAX. I'm probably going to go again next year, but it's going to definitely be just a one-day thing for me from now
Well,
on.
ironically, I think you'll get a lot more out of PAX if you're into tabletop gaming than video gaming. It's kind of
Yeah, I think they had booths where people could try out the different.
they had booths in the expo hall where you could try out stuff. They had a whole section in the like next to the line area and the snack bar area that was just lines and lines of tables where you could play games and shelves where you could get the games to play. So there were all kinds of games that you probably never even heard of unless you're a major tabletop enthusiast, and that took up like a quarter of the goddamn expo hall. So yeah, there was plenty of room and there were plenty of people to play with. So if you were a tabletop fan, you were probably going to have a grand old time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, this is just me in my, I need to play more tabletop stuff, but I really should have done more there, because I like sort of glanced at it, but I was just more looking for stuff to buy as opposed to,
if I was still into the
play.
Yu-Gi-Oh scene like I was years ago, then I definitely would have brought my deck, but I guess not.
The thing is, it was that was kind of eye-opening for me because in my area, tabletop gaming isn't that big. It's really not. In fact, my area is the kind of area where you look around and you think video games have pretty much killed tabletop gaming altogether. But then you go to a place like PAX, and there are still all these games that there are. There are still all these people going there and playing them with each other, and it's just like, okay, I guess I was just born in the wrong city.
Tabletop gaming is a lot of fun if you can find people to play with you, which is harder than it looks.
It is a lot harder than it looks. Online gaming is effortless as long as you have a good internet connection. But for tabletop gaming, you actually have to go out and meet people.
And granted, there's nothing stopping you from playing an online version of the tabletop game, but I don't think it's the same.
Well, if there is an online version, which isn't always the case.
You could play D&D over Skype, no problem. Well,
Yeah.
You'd have to trust that people are saying the right dice rolls, because that guy seems to have gotten like 20 natural 20s in a row.
Oh, actually, for that, you could probably like go into a chat room and use a bot for dice rolls. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
It's just like it depends. It really depends on what area you're at. Because in my area, people generally look at tabletop gaming as a nerdy thing. So good luck asking anybody.
I was lucky because at my high school we had a basically a sci-fi club, which was more of a general nerd club. It was just called the Sci-Fi Club. That's where I was able to play Pathfinder and D&D and Call of Cthulhu, all those types of games.
Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, sci-fi.
Yeah, well, no, it was our sci-fi club was basically just nerd club because we watched anime.
I know. It's just funny. Like there's a lot of general nerd stuff that could fall partially into sci-fi, but Call of Cthulhu is not one of them.
But my point is just that I was lucky because there I got 4 years to play to basically be able to play tabletop RPGs every week pretty much. So it's sort of sad that I can't really do that as much right now, which sucks. But
I had a good time at PAX, but unless there's something I'm really looking forward to for next year, it won't be the convention of my attention for next year.
Yeah. Same.
Because Too Many Games for me is pretty much like my convention. It's the one I always look forward to every year. If only because, one, it's a 40-minute drive. It's not very hard to get to at all. And, I always have a good time there. This was one thing I was looking forward to only because, of its reputation. It's the biggest video game convention on the East Coast.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. To be honest, that biggest thing kind of... I think it's kind of why I didn't enjoy it as much as MomoCon, because it was huge, there were a lot of people, and that meant everything was a huge production to do. And MomoCon, I kind of liked MomoCon more because, it's not like it wasn't crowded, but it was more laid back, and it didn't become too much of a problem to get into the things I wanted to. I know some of the stuff just didn't happen, like that Smash tournament you tried going to.
MomoCon. The only problem with MomoCon, and no offense to Ryan or any of his friends and staff, is just that it wasn't properly managed. It was just utter chaos with when it comes to setting up tournaments and all that stuff. That's the only problem I had with MomoCon. Besides that, I I'm inclined to agree. There are things I liked about MomoCon more than PAX East, if only because of what Lewis just said, the laid back attitude of it all.
I agree too, because like I do like PAX. It's I also have the advantage of it being in my area, so I can go without having to take a train or a plane or whatever. But it like I said before, it's definitely for me gonna be more of a one day go sort of thing as opposed to a whole weekend ordeal.
Well, that's good. You guys all like MomoCon more because I can probably work something out with the heads of staff for next year. But
well, is that all right? So I know it's a little early to tell, but is that the plan again for next year? We're going back to
probably,
possibly, I guess.
I wouldn't mind that.
The only other con in Boston that's even like remotely important is Anime Boston, but I've never been there, so I couldn't even begin to tell you.
Well, I figured there are two options for next year are MomoCon, depending on what goes through with that, or if we're going to do something different, then I guess go up to John's in too many games. But
well, that's a long way away.
It's a long ways away. I wouldn't mind paying again to go to MomoCon because I did have a good time last.
We'll see if we can work something out.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind having you guys over for too many games. I'd love that. Overall, it was a good time. I had a pretty damn good time. Though
The best part was playing the games, of course.
Oh yeah, I think the best part was definitely the multiplayer stuff.
It's kind of odd to say that. You go to the convention, but the best time I had was outside of the convention.
No, John. The moral of the story is that no matter how much you have fun at events, the real enjoyment comes from friendship and Mario Party.
Look at that.
Mario Party and friendship can't coexist, though.
I don't know if I can handle this smoltz.
That was also the point.
Insert the anime intro here.
Wait, hang on. I just realized something mind-blowing. I think we may have had more fun with Superman 64 than the convention.
Arguably.
I don't know. I listened to the playback. I thought it was a pretty good time.
Yeah. Why? If only because I'm oddly good at it.
Yeah, like that's something to brag about, Ryan.
It's wrong. It's the order of the universe was just thrown into chaos.
But it was great meeting all the people that we met, the fans, the other Let's Players, and I definitely am looking forward to whatever we have planned for next year.
Well, I know game-wise next year we're doing PS3 stuff.
PS3 stuff, and I'm bringing my Dreamcast.
Yep.
I'll leave it at that.
Can we play? Wait, does Crazy Taxi have a multiplayer mode?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it has. I know in the arcades it had a 2-player mode.
Then I wouldn't see why the Dreamcast version wouldn't.
They actually released Crazy Taxi on the PSN.
Yeah. Then we can use PS3 then.
Yeah. It was one of the very, very few Dreamcast games they released while they were pushing Dreamcast Classic uploads. I'm kind of hoping that they'll get Shenmue out there one of these days, but we'll see.
You poor fool.
We'll see.
But yeah, I figure next year will be our 4-player game will be Little Big Planet, just to do something not Nintendo.
Yeah, it's, to switch things up again. That's exactly the reason why I'm bringing my Dreamcast.
Dreamcast for some Sonic Shuffle action.
Yeah.
Yay.
Sonic Shuffle. Why not? I mean, we've done Mario Party for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And I still want to do at least one Mario Party board, just for the sake of doing Mario Party. But I want to get some Sonic Shuffle action in there.
And whatever fighting and multiplayer stuff we can bring for the PS3.
Yeah. And Smash 4.
Yeah, but Smash 4 is internet stuff we can do.
What if the online sucks?
We'll worry about it then.
Yeah, we're gonna have Smash 4.
It's just not the same unless the person who's punching you in the face.
Yeah,
is
what if
I
want to physically assault Ted for more puns?
Oh, I got some great puns off this convention. Like I was on the top of my game, for the most part.
I guess we don't have anything else to talk about, do we?
Unless there's something that somebody forgot and needs to bring up right now.
No.
I don't want to end on an awkward silence. We need an outro.
Okay, I am very disappointed that there were no Persona action figures at any of the merchandise vendors' PAX. You should be ashamed of yourself there.
Did you find another Slender Man to film, John?
No, I haven't. I didn't, no.
Aww.
And if it was like finding Waldo.
Oh, I saw...
Yeah, we found a Waldo.
Oh,
I
damn
found
it.
like 3. You know,
Oh,
guys,
God.
it's not all that hard to find you when there's like 12 Waldo cosplayers. There needs to be a site to say to see if anybody's already decided to cosplay Waldo, and then you just need to call dibs before anyone
No, then
else
you
does.
need to be one of the fake Waldos.
Oh.
I used to play Where's Waldo puzzles all the time, and the fake Waldos pissed me the fuck off. They were all over the place. It's like, I found him. No, that's not Waldo. That's some fake Waldo. He's got a mustache.
I found you, faker.
I did like I think my favorite one was the Waldo that was that went with the Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
Oh wait, was that a couple? They went as Waldo and Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
I think we saw that. That was in the line the first day, right?
I think so.
Ryan?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's brilliant.
Where in the Waldo is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, so it's that kind of relationship.
Oh my.
You know, I didn't think we'd actually end this on a Waldo tangent.
Well, you said stranger.
I know, but it's just... Oh, man.